Hello everybody. So I'm here for the new monthly reading. It's running a bit late. I know it's a few days late, but we've had some technical difficulties and therefore I couldn't record the video. But anyway, here I am now. And thank you for everyone who asked a question on my Facebook page. You can find the link to my Facebook page in the description, and you can soon enter the next draw on there, and you will be able to see all other kinds of updates and stuff as well. If you choose to like my page and follow me, you can follow me on Twitter as well, but I don't really know how to use that type of social media. I don't really have that much of an experience with it, but well, anyway, I'm still experimenting with it. So if you want to, you can find me there too. But let's focus on the reading now. Excuse me, on the draw first. And there were so many interesting questions asked on my Facebook page. It was very interesting to see questions about dreams, and many people were interested in learning about their spiritual path, and I think that's quite rare. Most of the people who turn to fortune tellers would ask questions about money, about relationships and such, you know, the typical questions. But I'm glad to see that many of my subscribers are onto something, and they realize that they can use the knowledge, the wisdom of the cards for something greater. So I have a name in my hand, and it's Melissa Rose, and I'm going to stop the recording now. I need to go back and check her question, and we'll get to the reading immediately after that. So Melissa wants to know what the root of her lingering anxieties are, and she's wondering how she could overcome the obstacles, those things that are keeping her back from realizing her true potential, spiritually and in a career sense, if I understood it correctly. So we're going to pick 3 cards. The first one is going to represent the root of your lingering anxieties. And I'm going to put it right here. It's going to sit right here, and we're going to get back to it. And now, Melissa, we're going to get to the second part of your question, which is what are the forces holding you back from realizing your true potential, or something like that? I'm sorry, your question was kind of long, so I can't remember every part of it, but I guess it was something about ventures. So you want to maybe start new things, try, experiment, but you are kind of held back by something. And now we're going to see what it is. And finally, we are going to take a look at your solution. So how could you overcome this problem? And it's going to be the third card, which I'm going to put right there, and I'm going to put the rest of the cards away. And so here we have the 3 cards. I put it in the lower section, the 2 things, the root of the anxiety and the forces withholding you. I put it here because I think it represents that there are some unconscious patterns that are governing your life, and you are aware of it to an extent, but you want to discover more, and you want to aim high. You want to get acquainted with a higher aspect of yourself. And it's, I think, the way I arrange the cards, it suggests that there is an upward motion to this card. So let's see the root. Alright, 5 of Wands. Let's see the forces holding you back is the Fool. And oh wow, this is really something. The 5 of Wands here as the root of your problem. Let me just show this to you if I can. It represents a conflict of some kind. There is tension, there is a lot of stress, and for some people this kind of stress and competition and confrontative environment is actually helping. Some people experience this as an inspiration or a challenge of some kind, but for you, I believe that this sort of interaction is not convenient. You love peace, and this notion is strengthened by the Fool card, and because the Fool is really is a very innocent card. So I suspect that there might have been a period of your life or an incident that was very traumatizing for you, that required of you to be very confrontational, to fight, to pick fights that you were not interested in. There was a lot of hostility, and maybe you interpreted certain playful things as harsh criticism, something like that. So there might have been this kind of influence on you early on, probably because this is the root of the problem. So we are looking for something that has happened a long time ago. Now the force is holding you back, and before I say anything about the Fool card, let me just turn your attention to this one, this is what you're aiming at, and this is the wheel of fortune, or the wheel of chance. And well, Melissa, this is a very exciting card. It's not necessarily the most positive, because it's very unpredictable. So I get the sense that you want to be pushing the limits of what you call your comfort zone. You want to learn more about yourself and about life, and you want some kind of excitement, but you are held back by a great deal of inexperience. I suspect that you are very young. Well, of course, looking at your photo on Facebook, I could tell that you're quite young, but this is more about being young at heart. So you might not be as well shielded as others. So your shields are not intact just yet. You might be too vulnerable at this point, and you are unsuspecting of danger. And what I want to say to you is that it's probably a good thing that you are held back right now. Often we think about life as it should be, as if it was like our personal fairy tale where everything should go our way, and we think that we are more clever than the creator or the universe. But the fact of the matter is that we can't really know what's good for us, and there is a good reason that you are held back. You would probably be marching towards something dangerous if everything that you've asked for so far, if every direction that you wanted to go to would have had become a reality, this would have been probably disastrous. So the advice I could give you is that you should start looking for providence. You should start letting go of your ideas about how you imagine a perfect life to be, because in every case, people experience that life is much different than they pictured. When we are looking into the future, we are trying to figure out what's going to happen to us. Sometimes we forget that ultimately it's not up to us what happens. There are twists and turns that are going to eventually lead us into the right direction, but we have to trust this power and try not to force our ideology, our plan onto it. Just let things happen, let things unfold. Don't be too worried about it. Don't be too uptight about it. Just relax and let it happen. Because there is something coming for you. There is a great deal of opportunities and interesting endeavors, there is an invitation from the universe coming for you, particularly, Melissa. It's for you, and it's coming, but you have to be patient, and you need not to stress too much about it. So it's going to come. And don't forget that it's probably not a bad thing if some of your projects fail at this point. It's not a bad sign. It's probably actually happening to save you from a bigger mistake. So thank you very much for watching, and if you have any kind of feedback or input that you'd like to share with me, you can leave a comment, or you may send me a private message, whatever works for you. I would love to hear from you. So if you have any feedback, any kind of input that you'd like to share with me, you may leave a comment, or you can also contact me on Facebook in a private message, whatever works for you. But I would love to hear from you, and whether this reading was useful for you. And to the others, I would like to ask you to stay in touch, keep in touch with me, because there is going to be a new reading soon, a new draw and a new reading, and I'm going to post some updates soon. Well, thank you very much, all of you, for watching this and for supporting me. See you soon in another video. Bye.